So when you look at Algo Alpha, this is a thing where, yeah, when I'm talking about, very, very high level institutional grade software and technology, we're talking about technology that the banks and institutions use. We're talking about technology that hedge fund companies use. We're talking about technology that, the people who manage and trade in your 401ks and all these other firms, investment firms that are out there. This is the same level, technology that they use that mirrors advanced algorithms and professional traders to execute trades on your behalf. Company already has over 3,000 users with over 3 years of trading results and data that's backed up where you can actually go and research. Okay. And when you look at the users, it's very, very user friendly, right? Where you can go in there and choose your broker, from available brokers in your country, set up the trading accounts, and you can switch brokers at any point in time. As a matter of fact, you can pivot from one strategy to another, within those brokerages. You can also put yourself in a position where once you set it up, no manual management of trades is needed, which means that you can set it and forget it. Okay. And when I say set it and forget it, if you want to come back and check in from time to time and see, what your growth is or where your account is sitting at. If you want to take profits out, you can take profits out, right? Nobody is touching your money. As a matter of fact, the company doesn't even know how much money you have in your account because they don't have access to the broker's records. Okay, that's between you and the broker. They are just people who sell the technology. They sell the license for the technology and software for you to utilize, right? For your own benefit. Okay. So you can also manage the account. You can add or withdraw funds at any time. Like I said earlier, software has a pause on and off feature, right? And you can even activate trades yourself, which I don't really suggest. Okay. And so it's okay to allow, the app to take trade for you. But if you want to take profits on your own, that's fine too. Okay. But I would definitely say allow the algo to do it for you because it's programmed to do so. Now, when you look at the disclaimer, obviously I gave you a disclaimer earlier. Here's one I'm about to read for you. I'm just kidding. Take a screenshot. I'm not going to go through this. All right. But go back and read it at your leisure. Okay. Three, two, one. Hope you got your screenshot. All right. So when you look at the strategies, okay, I'm going to go over 5 strategies for you. And like I said, you can start off in any one of them, right? You can diversify and add multiple strategies to your portfolio. Remember, I said you have, very, very successful people who invest and people who manage their own portfolios. They have portfolios full of 5 to 15% indexes and other things, real estate or whatever, that they get, money on annually already. But when they start to see things like this, things that have been tried, tested, back tested, right? And they see the results, they see the growth, and they do their research, guys. They're adding these things to their portfolio without hesitation, right? Because now this is what they're putting their money on steroids. Okay? And so Algo Alpha. Now, the intelligent portfolio is probably the least aggressive of them, but as you can see, over 3 years, it's done 190, actually 194 percent return and growth, okay, over those 4 years, over those 3 years. Now, when you look at the math, you have, and this is why these investors are coming on board with these type of platforms at 15%. Let's just say you've been investing in S&P 500 and as an index and you're getting 15% per year. That's 45% over 3 years. Okay. A little bit of compounding in there, but you know what I mean. So let's just say even if it's just, 60% with the compounding, as this is 192%. And so, and remember, I said it's the least aggressive. Because then when you move to the bipolar, the opposite of the intelligent portfolio is the crypto alpha portfolio, which means if it's intelligent, this has got to be a little loco, right? This has got to be a little crazy, right? You're gonna have some ups and downs. You're gonna have some sleepless nights, but remember, where there's high risk, there's always high reward. Okay? And when the software is programmed properly and is managed and updated properly, these are the type of results that people have seen, okay, over the last 3 years. So that's 658% return in 3 years. Okay. Think about that for a second, guys. This is why people are gladly saying, hey, look, $20,000 is the minimal in this one. I'll gladly put $20,000 in this because the type of returns coming back. Imagine you actually getting 100% return, on your $20,000 investment, right? Then multiply that by six. And so think about that for a second. Right? So we're talking about these are the type of numbers that people have been doing. Again, there are no income claims and things like that. I just want to give you guys an understanding. And then you got the tweener, you got the middle child, you got the algo alpha trader. This is one 426, 420%, growth in 2.5, 3 years on this one as well. And keep in mind, guys, all of these have had at least one losing month. Okay. So you have, and the losing months, and when you see the losing months, guys, we're talking about percent, 0.5%, 1%, whatever it is. I think the one crypto may have had a 4% losing month, but when you look at that, 2 and 3, maybe four losing months over a 3 year span, guys, you can't really beat that. I mean, you can in certain situations based on where you're going, but that's not the norm. Okay. Again, this is why institutional grade trading, or software is what the banks use because they understand that there's going to be a loss, right? Like today, we took a loss goal, right? And you're going to have those days, but you have way more winning days, right, than you have losing days. Okay. So when you look at the Alpha X, okay, this is the newest, this is the baby, of those four. It's been around for about since September last year, so almost going on 6 months, maybe 7 months now, and it's a little bit, it's over 84% growth. Okay, and so at this point, these slides are about 3 months old, but you understand what I'm saying? 84%, guys. If you would have told somebody, if we would have told you 7 months ago that you would have 84% growth in something and 7 months later, which we obviously can't make a claim, but if you had a crystal ball and you really saw this coming, how fast would you go put your money in, right? Would someone have to tell you to go pawn something, hawk something, sell something, borrow something? No, right? So again, this is why doing your research is very, very important. This is why going to places like MyFX Book, which is the standard when it comes to people, these agencies reporting and showing you, all the facts about each and every trade and each and every month that they traded, things like that. That's why you want to go do your research and see what you have your hands on. And keep in mind, I'm always going to go back and tell you guys that past performance does not indicate what your future, wins or losses are going to be. Okay. So, but think about that 84%, 7 months. Now, this is one I get really, really excited about. As a matter of fact, when I saw this one, as you go all the way over to the end, the gold alpha, okay, you went from 82% to 656%, and some of you that 83, 82, 823%, guys. That's one of those. That's a 10x account, so it's actually 82.3%. So I want to make sure you are not confusing. I'm not confusing you, but that's 82.3% on the Alpha X, about 5,000 to get started, and 18.9% average return per month. Okay. I'm going to show you 87, 82%. That's kind of how that factors in. Now, crypto alpha, algo, 656%, $20,000 investment, 7.8%. Let's call it 7.9. Okay. Alpha trader, 419% growth, $25,000 minimal to get started in that one, 4.63%. Then you have intelligent, we talked about that, 196, 25,000 for that one, 3.76%, right? And then when you actually look at, the gold alpha, 1,306% growth. Okay. Minimal capital. This is our low entry, high return, high action, portfolio. 27%. Okay. Average over the last 27, over the last 14 months. So when you say, does it do 27% every month? No, doesn't do 27% every month. Some months maybe 10, some months maybe 15, some months maybe 40, like we had 50 in January and right at about 50 in February. But again, it averages out to be about 27%, okay, 28, 29 by now. Okay? So that's it, all that trades is gold. Okay? And so that's the one that everybody's excited about. That's the one that people are coming on board for because it's also the one where it trades every day, right? And then at the end of the day, all the trades are closed out, which means that you can come in and hit a really big lick, as they say, have a windfall of a day, and say, you know what, I want to take most of this out. I want to diversify. You can do that night because there's nobody stopping you. You don't have to request for any money to be pulled out from one of these crypto platforms that people lose their money on. It's nothing like that. Okay, and so. You ask for a withdrawal, you transfer the money to your wallet, and guess what? You take it out. That's on you. Okay. So I'm extremely excited about that. And I've watched those portfolios grow to the point to where I just couldn't wait till they actually got through testing it and allowing us to actually invest in it. So, but if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, guys, you will work until you die. And that's what Warren Buffett said. Okay. And one of the most successful investors in the world. And my wife and I, we believe in that wholeheartedly. Again, we've made seven figures in three different industries. This is going to be the fourth, right? And residual income, passive income platforms, and things where you're building up assets, guys, those are things that work for you during the night, overnight, while most people out there around the world are, they have things going bump in the night, right? Financially. And so you sleep a whole lot better when you have money working for you after you clock out.